Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade and Bert Marcus. I'm an enormous boxing nut, so
good.
seeing your movie, man, getting to see the world of boxing, both in and out of the ring, and three of the greatest fighters of all time being profiled. You directed this thing. Talk to me about making champs and showing us Holyfield, Tyson, and Hopkins, three of the best that ever did it.
Yeah, I mean, it was truly an honor. I'm humbled to have been able to work with, like you said, the three of the best fighters of our time. Not just fighters, but athletes. You know, these are three of like the most iconic figures, and to be able to work with them, you know, you're talking about guys who have reached the top of the top, but also hit the lowest of the lows. And what drew me to them is that you're talking about guys that are so humble and have the humility now in their life that, you know, obviously they didn't early on, but what's interesting to me is getting behind them and realizing how they were able to become successful and persevere outside of the ring.
It's incredible because we see not only the boxing part of it, but also the socioeconomic part of it. And obviously with Tyson, Hopkins coming from nothing, as you'd mentioned, reaching the pinnacle, but then also losing it all. When you're telling those stories, talk to me about the access that these guys gave you, because it looks like full access was the word here.
Yeah, I mean, the inherent irony of boxing in itself was what drew me to the project. You know, you have guys who are escaping violence with violence, and that was always something that was appealing to me, and that how does this happen, and why aren't there the proper things in place to help these guys become successful? The common thread between these three guys is they want to help change not just boxing, but people who have to turn to alternatives like this. As far as unprecedented access, you know, Mike was a producer on the film. He's been a good friend of mine for many years, and really, he made the introduction to Evander for me and Bernard. And, you know, we did get unprecedented access, and it was truly remarkable to get behind the mentality of some of the greatest champions and realize what it takes, both in and out of the ring.
When you talk about Mike and Evander, obviously you're talking about one of the most unique rivalries in boxing.
Oh, yeah.
But now they're buddies.
Yeah.
Talk to me about those two and the relationship that they have.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be always, you know, they're always going to be linked, Mike and Evander. You know, Mike, like I said, produced the film and made the introduction to Evander and really wanted Evander in the film. They couldn't be more different. They come from, you know, very similar type backgrounds, but have a very different demeanor, different mentality and outlook and persona, as you know. And what made it interesting was that, you know, they've been able to forgive. They've been able to kind of move on and go to the second chapter of their life. They're always going to be linked, but I mean, these guys have known each other since they were teenagers fighting in the amateurs for the Olympics. So these guys have known each other quite some time now. And it's really interesting when you're hanging out with both of them. I mean, you know, it's never going to be best friends, but, you know, you're talking about guys who have a great deal of respect and admiration for each other and provided us, like I said, a really unprecedented access that allows an audience member to really relate to them in ways that maybe they never could.
Congrats, man.
Oh, thanks so much.
Looks
man.
awesome.